Your credibility is the drivability and having one less liability. That's personal accountability and sustainability.
Damn, that guy is brilliant. I gotta save that one for later.
Mike, he literally just said nothing. Just because it sounds cool doesn't mean it makes sense. Two people walked into a dealership and bought the exact same $30,000 car. One of them is about to lose 10 grand. The crazy part? They both think they won. One of them is wrong with the kind of confidence that usually only shows up at open bar weddings and multi-level marketing presentations. And the worst part about this kind of mistake is that it doesn't feel like a mistake at first. It feels like a great decision, right up until the moment it doesn't. Kind of like a Ponzi scheme, a bad marriage, or a gas station sushi platter. Everything seems fine until it isn't. It's like trying to cover a fart with a cough in a quiet room. You think you got away with it. You feel good about it. You are almost proud of yourself. And then everyone turns around. That's exactly how this works. The problem isn't what happens at the beginning. It's what shows up at the end. Let me show you what actually happens. There are two types of people at a car dealership. People who ask the right questions, read the full contract, and make a deliberate, informed financial decision. And people like Mike. Mike walked into a dealership on a Saturday afternoon with a budget, a plan, and main character energy that I have come to recognize as a warning sign. He test drove one car, he liked the way it smelled, he signed a lease before the salesman finished explaining what a money factor was, which is impressive because the salesman didn't fully understand it either. He texted me from the parking lot. He said, and I am quoting directly, "Juan, I think I just won." Mike was cooked from the moment he walked in. He just didn't know it yet. Mike, buddy. Then there is Danny. Danny went to the same dealership 2 weeks later. Same car, same price. Danny bought the car on a loan, shook one hand, drove home, and did not text anyone about it because Danny does not experience car purchases as personal victories. Danny understood the assignment. He just didn't feel the need to announce it. Same city, same car, same starting point, completely different decisions. And over the next several years, the gap between those decisions will quietly grow into a number that neither of them saw coming. I'm Juan. Let's run it. Mike and Danny are, for the purposes of this video, financially identical human beings. Same salary, same credit score, same taste in sedans. Both want a $30,000 car. Both think the other one made a mistake. Both are about to find out exactly how much that mistake costs in actual dollars over actual time. Here is Mike's deal. 36-month lease, $2,000 at signing, $299 a month, full manufacturer warranty, brand new car every 3 years. The salesman told him he was getting a great deal and shook his hand with both hands, which Mike interpreted as respect, and I would like to gently suggest was closer to the way a magician shakes your hand right before your watch disappears. Here is Danny's deal. 60-month loan at 6% interest, $3,000 down, $522 a month. That is $223 more than Mike, every single month. Mike noticed that immediately. Mike notices anything that confirms he made the right call. Danny's entire financial strategy fits in one sentence. He has given that sentence exactly as much thought as it requires and has moved on with his life. On day one, Mike is winning. Lower payment, newer car, zero repair anxiety, and a very specific kind of energy that comes from believing you found a shortcut that other people missed. He has not found a shortcut. He found a very well-lit entrance to a longer path. For the first 3 years, Mike is genuinely living well. Brand new car, full warranty coverage. Something breaks? Covered. AC dies? Covered. Mysterious noise at 45 miles per hour that sounds like a raccoon trapped inside the dashboard having a full mental breakdown? That is called being underwater, which sounds peaceful until you realize it means you are financially drowning and the car is the anchor. Mike sees this. Mike references this. Mike sends Danny a meme about it that Danny does not respond to because Danny does not have time for that. The fourth time Danny checked his investment app was an accident. He opened the wrong app. The number was up. He closed it, made a sandwich. The scoreboard at year 3. Mike has spent $2,000 down plus 36 payments of $299. Total, $12,764. Danny has spent $3,000 down, plus 36 payments of $522. Total, $21,792. Mike has spent $9,000 less. That is a real number. That is a vacation. That is a used car. That is not nothing. Mike texts me the math, unprompted, at 9 a.m. on a Sunday, with a trophy emoji. Mike, we are not done yet. Month 36, the lease is up. Mike drives back to the dealership. Same salesman, same handshake, same energy of a man who is very happy to see you specifically. 3 options on the table. Option 1, buy the car at residual value. For a $30,000 car after 3 years, that is somewhere between $16,000 and $18,000, which means Mike would be paying used car money for a car at a price a stranger set 3 years ago before a single mile was driven. A price Mike had zero negotiating power over because he shook on it the day he signed. Option 2, walk away. Hand the keys back, owe nothing. Option 3, lease a brand new car. Fresh start, 0 miles, new smell, new contract. Another $2,000 at signing, another $299 a month, another 36 months. Mike does what roughly 80% of people who lease do. He leases again. New car, same payment. The odometer resets, the payment counter does not. This is the part of leasing that the monthly payment number hides completely. Mike has been on a conveyor belt since day one. Every 3 years the scenery changes. He never actually moves. It is a hamster wheel, except the hamster is paying $299 a month for the privilege of running. Danny at month 36 still has 24 payments left. 2 more years of $522. Not exciting mental breakdown, but it ends. Danny has a finish line, a specific month where the payments stop permanently and the car becomes his with no conditions, no inspection, and no salesman with an unusually firm handshake waiting for him. Every dollar Danny has paid is $1 closer to owning something. Every dollar Mike has paid is $1 closer to giving it back. Same action, opposite destinations. Before we get to the long game, we need to talk about what actually lives inside that $299 payment. Because $299 is the number on the commercial, the number on the website, the number the salesman writes on the little card and slides across the desk like he is presenting you with a gift. What he does not slide across the desk is the list. Mileage caps. Standard leases allow 10,000 to 12,000 miles per year. The average American drives about 13,500 miles, which means the average American is quietly violating their lease agreement every single month for 36 consecutive months, without knowing it, like a slow-motion crime with a monthly payment attached. The penalty is 15 to 25 cents per mile over. Drive 5,000 miles over the limit, and you owe somewhere between $750 and $1,250, due the day you return the car, with no warning, as a bill for a car you are actively handing back as you read it. Mike drove 14,000 miles in year 2. Mike got caught in 4K at the dealership on turn-in day. The trophy emoji was nowhere to be found. Wear and tear fees. When you return the car, the dealership inspects it. That door ding, the scuff on the bumper, the mysterious stain on the back seat that Mike insists was there when he got the car, and he has documentation if needed. All billable. And what counts as normal wear and tear is defined by the leasing company, not by you, not by logic, not by any system of fairness that a reasonable adult would recognize. By them. It is their car. You have been renting it. And on the way out, they go through it like a landlord who already spent your deposit and needs to find a reason. Disposition fee. This is my personal favorite because of the commitment. When you return a leased car and do not immediately sign another lease with the same dealer, they charge you a fee, typically $300 to $500, for returning the car they own, that you drove, maintained, insured, and are now handing back undamaged. You're paying them a fee to accept their own property back. The audacity of this fee lives rent-free in my mind, which is ironic given the circumstances. Mike did not know about the disposition fee. Mike knows about the disposition fee now, and if your life changes mid-lease, job loss, relocation, anything, breaking early can cost you the full remaining balance of the contract. There is no grace period. There is no understanding conversation. There is a contract and a number and a collections department that has heard every version of your situation before and remains completely unmoved. Mike thought he had flexibility. Mike had the illusion of flexibility, which is the most expensive thing the dealership sells, and it is not on the sticker. Before Danny starts feeling superior, we have to be fair. Danny, sit down. Buying is not painless. It is just a different shape of pain. Like choosing between a broken arm and a broken leg. Neither one is good. One just lets you walk to the hospital. Once the manufacturer warranty expires, usually around years 3 to 4, everything is Danny's problem. Every repair, every bill, every phone call from a mechanic that starts with, "So here's the thing," which has never once in the history of automotive repair been followed by good news. That phrase has ended more Saturday plans than rain. For a typical sedan, that is about $1,200 to $1,800 a year in maintenance once you are past warranty. Some years it is just oil changes and tires. Other years, something fails with a name Danny cannot pronounce and a repair cost that makes him sit completely still for about 4 seconds before responding. And depreciation is real. Danny's $30,000 car is worth about $20,000 after 2 years and maybe $12,000 after 5. That value did not go anywhere useful. It just left, quietly. No goodbye. Like a roommate who takes half the furniture and you don't notice for 3 days. The saving grace is that depreciation slows dramatically after the first few years. A 5-year-old car does not bleed value the way a brand new one does. Time works in the buyer's favor, but only if you actually stay in the car long enough for time to do its job. If you buy and trade in 2 years later because you got bored, you did not buy. You leased with extra paperwork and significantly more financial damage. Danny knows this. Danny will keep the car. Danny is not Mike. Year 6, final scoreboard. Mike has completed 2 full leases, $2,000 down twice, $299 a month times 72 months, plus mileage penalties, wear and tear charges, and disposition fees across both cycles. Mike's total 6-year spend is somewhere between $25,000 and $28,000. Mike owns nothing. No asset, no title, just receipts and the slowly dawning awareness that the conveyor belt does not stop on its own. You have to decide to get off it. And every year you don't, the decision gets slightly more expensive. Danny paid off the loan at month 60. Since then, his only car costs have been insurance, gas, and maintenance. Danny also has a car, older, a little tired, but paid off and worth somewhere between $10,000 and $13,000. Subtract that from his total spend, and his effective cost lands around $11,000 to $14,000. Mike, $25,000 to $28,000, no asset. Danny, $11,000 to $14,000 for a car in the driveway. Danny's response to this milestone was to increase his monthly contribution by $50 and watch 40 minutes of television. He described the evening as fine. That is the most Danny response of all time. The trophy emoji has officially changed hands. From here, every single month makes Danny's position stronger and Mike's more expensive. Mike's payment never stops. Danny's already stopped. Mike is renting indefinitely. Danny is just driving. Now, in the interest of honesty, because that is what this channel is, there are real situations where leasing makes sense. If you are self-employed or own a business and the vehicle qualifies as a legitimate business expense, lease payments can be partially or fully deductible. That tax advantage can close the gap entirely. In some cases, it makes leasing the correct move. Talk to an actual accountant, not a podcast, not a YouTube comment from someone with a rocket ship in their username. An accountant. If you drive a luxury vehicle where out-of-warranty maintenance is genuinely brutal, leasing keeps you inside the warranty window permanently. When an oil change costs $500 and a brake job costs $4,000, that warranty has real dollar value. Leasing a BMW is a completely different conversation than leasing a Honda Civic. Anyone who says otherwise has never handed a BMW dealership their card and watched their soul briefly leave their body. And if you are the person who takes the $223 a month you save by leasing and actually invests it every single month without touching it, index fund, 8 to 10% average annual return, you can theoretically come out ahead over a long enough timeline. Theoretically. That word is load-bearing in that sentence, because it requires investing every dollar of it every month without exception, without deciding it would be better used elsewhere, without quietly absorbing it back into your lifestyle until it disappears and you genuinely cannot account for where it went. Be honest with yourself about which one you would actually do. Mike says he would invest it. Mike bought a watch. Not a smartwatch, not a vintage watch that appreciates, just a watch, a regular watch. Mike and Danny both walked out of that dealership confident in their decision. Mike thought low payment meant saving money. Danny thought buying automatically meant winning. Neither of them sat down and mapped out what their choice would actually cost over 5 years, 10 years, a lifetime. The monthly payment is not the price. The total is the price. The full honest number, including every fee, every penalty, and the compounding cost of never actually owning anything. That is the price. And the dealership will never volunteer that number because that number does not close deals. That number opens eyes, and open eyes walk out. So, the next time someone slides a monthly payment across the desk and it looks almost too clean, ask one question. What does this actually cost me when it is all over? Because that is the only number that matters. Everything else is presentation. Drop a comment. Tell me which one you are. Are you a Mike, brand new car every 3 years, payment on autopay, telling yourself the flexibility is worth it? Are you a Danny, paid off car in the driveway, boring on paper, actually winning? Or are you the person who just realized they have been on the conveyor belt for 8 years and this video felt uncomfortably specific? That last group, this channel was built for you. Subscribe. There is one more video you absolutely need to see. Capital Juan, out. Mike, read the contract next time, the whole thing, not just the monthly payment.